Hello, this is ArchieLuxury, and today I'm reporting the series I love my watches. And today I want to do an in-depth discussion on why I love my Breguet Type 20. Why do I love this watch? And I gotta tell you the truth there. There's many reasons why I have love for this piece. And the Breguet Type 20, I gotta tell you, I first came across this watch in 2001. I was selling a few watches off for a dealer friend. I was listing them on some watch forums for sale, and I came across, he gave me a Breguet to sell. This watch itself had the Breguet bracelet. It was a Erin Vale, no date version. And I remember seeing it, I thought, what is this? Breguet was a very obscure brand, and I gotta tell you, even at that stage there, this was shooting way above its weight. A Breguet for money like a two-tone sub? Are you real? And I gotta tell you, the Breguet Type 20 is the reason I fell in love with chronographs. See, prior to the Breguet Type 20, chronographs really didn't float my boat. They didn't really make me pop. And when I saw this first Breguet Type 20, I thought, wowza, this is cute, highly polished, had a beautiful black dial with Art Deco numerals. It was a chronograph with a bit of punch. It was a flyback chronograph. It had a Lemania based movement. Now, before you say Lemania, well, you go and have a look at some 90s Patek Philippe catalogues. They feature Novo Lemania movements in their super grand complications. Novo Lemania. So that ain't no rubbish movement. It's a very high quality movement. And I gotta tell you, the Breguet Type 20, it's what got me to fall in love with chronographs. And I went on a bit of a journey there. It took me to Omega Speedmaster. It took me to Breitling Navi timers. It took me to quite a few different brands and variations. But what started the chronograph bug for me was the Breguet Type 20. And I gotta tell you, I had owned, the first Breguet I ever owned was a white gold manual wind piece I bought from an investment banker on hard times in the late 90s. I sold it to Shawnee at European Watch Co. in Melbourne, and it was a quick pump and dump. I bought it, sold it to him immediately, made 10% profit. Hey, fair enough. Quick pump and dump. But I gotta tell you, the coin edging stuck with me. And when I saw this Breguet Type 20 chronograph, this was really special. And I gotta tell you, I really do love my Breguet. I really do love my Breguet. And I gotta tell you there's many reasons why I love this piece. Why do I love it? I do. I love it so much. I love it long time. I love it forever. See, the Breguet Type 20 is such a cool piece. Not only is it so well designed, but it's got a real aviation backbone. See, Breguet itself, they were French inventors who not only went into watchmaking, they also left a big imprint by designing and making aircraft. That's right. And Breguet sold watches to people like Napoleon. That's right, one of the greatest military leaders of all time. Sir Winston Churchill, Mr. Bugatti, the famous car maker. Yep, he had a Breguet. So it's really quite a magical brand. 5 things I love about my Breguet Type 20. Well, the first thing is that it is, number one, I think, the most beautiful chronograph of all time. This is the watch that got me interested in chronographs. So, number one is the aesthetics. So beautifully done. Coin edging, beautiful Art Deco numerals. The placement of the pushers, absolutely perfect. The coin edging on the case, absolutely amazing. So, number one is aesthetics. The second thing I love about the Breguet is the military aviation history. Type 20 was the French Naval Air Force specification for the watch. It had to be a certain size, under 40 mil. It needed to be a chronograph. It needed to be a flyback chronograph. It needed certain type of dials. It needed certain specifications. So, number two is the history of this piece. It ain't no show pony that's been resurrected with the popularity of pilots' watches. No, this is a serious performer. And I gotta tell you, that's a very, very strong past, which you can go and do your own research on. The third thing I love about the Breguet is that it is Breguet. I mean, this is the brand that invented the tourbillon. They invented so many firsts in watchmaking. Breguet numerals. Well, this doesn't have Breguet numerals, got Art Deco numerals, but so many watchmaking firsts were done by Breguet. And I gotta tell you, that brand itself is one of the greatest brands. Why isn't it part of the Holy Trinity? Because it was a French brand. It wasn't originally a Swiss brand. This was a French brand. The Holy Trinity is a Swiss club. So it's got the heritage and history to it. The fourth thing I love about the Breguet Type 20 is the price point. This is a Breguet which retails for Rolex Daytona money, except this is Rolex Daytona money, Rolex chronograph money, delivering Patek or Audemars Piguet or Vacheron quality. That's correct. Now, of course, the chronograph is a cams chronograph, not a column wheel with a vertical clutch. Okay, so they've had to do that to bring it to the price point, but that is an amazing achievement. That is amazing. This chronograph shoots way above, it punches way above its weight. This is a serious chronograph, and it's punching hard. It's punching very hard. And the fifth point that I love about the Breguet, what do I love about it? What do I love about my Breguet? Well, I gotta tell you this. It's got something very intrinsic. See, I owned a few Breguet Type 20s. I originally got one. I got one when I had the Archie 5. It was the member which, it was that special chronograph that I had when I thought the Omega Speedmaster wasn't good enough for me. I then sold it, regretted it, replaced it with an Ehrenvale. Now, that Ehrenvale itself, I then sold that to buy a Rolex President. And let me give you the drum. I regretted selling the Breguet to get the President. I much preferred the Breguet. Sorry, Brian, if you're listening or watching this video podcast here. Yes, I love my Breguet more than the Rolex President in 18K. It was an 18038 black dial, beautiful piece, but it ain't no Breguet. And I gotta tell you, this is such a usable piece. You can use it every damn day. This could be your only watch, or it could be the Grail. It could be a backbone of your collection. It can be a backbone. That's exactly right. And I gotta tell you, I love this watch to death. I've owned it. I've owned 3 Type 20s. 3 Type 20s, do I prefer the date or non-date? I'd have to say the date feature is okay, but I'm moving away from dates because I don't actually have gameful employment. I do not have a need to have a calendar or be reminded of the passing of time. So I actually prefer a wind and wear type watch. I don't need to muck around setting the date correctly. So I prefer the no date because of my lifestyle choice. I also prefer the no date. The Ehrenvale has the polished bezel, the polished bezel, and the Transatlantic has the matte bezel. I prefer the polished bezel. So I've got to tell you, the Breguet Type 20, I love this watch. This could be, if I only had one watch, yes, that's correct. If I only could have one watch, it could very well be the Breguet Type 20. The Ehrenvale, I would be quite happy. I could go through life, get things done, and have a meaningful existence. So I really do love this watch. When I haven't had one, I've always lusted after one and wanted one. So, the Breguet Type 20, one of the greats of the super brands. This is horology, it's high-end watchmaking, and it's incredibly affordable. On the used market, this is a very good buy. On the new market, it's an exceptionally good buy, but Breguet depreciation is like Maseratis. They depreciate as fast as they accelerate, and you're better off to buy your Breguet used, definitely. So there you go. I love my Breguet Type 20. I love you long time, Breguet Type 20. I love you forever. I'm Archibald Chesterfield III, the pontiff, the guru's, the governor's governor. Tell me what you people think of that.